So, I don't know how to say this, but I have this affliction. It's called having a Twitter account. And yes, it is fatal, but it does give me a place to find ideas. And a few days before I'm recording this, but probably like a month ago now because I'm a literal piece of trash, I asked for video ideas. I got a few responses, but only one actually made me think. Do Hollowlikes exist? Or more precisely, is a Hollowlike a legitimate genre? Before we get into Hollowlikes, I know I wasn't too clear on what that actually is supposed to be, so I'll explain. A Hollowlike is a theoretical game genre that would include games similar to the massive indie success story, Hollow Knight. This word Hollowlike has recently started to come to the surface, and as a member of the community, I've started to hear it more and more. But we don't really have a definition for it. To make the term more precise, I'll have to nail down some core aspects of the game. Hollow Knight has an interconnected map where you progress through the game by getting different abilities. There are enemies scattered throughout the map with boss fights along with them. The map design encourages exploration, the game has a dark and gloomy atmosphere, and arson. All of these make Hollow Knight the game that it is, and now that you know that, is Hollowlike a legit genre? No, the answer is no. Out of all of the ideas it's possible for a human being to have, this isn't even in the ballpark of reasonable ones. Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania, plain and simple. The word Metroidvania coming from the games Metroid and Castlevania, both of which invented a whole new style of video game that had never been seen before. For context, both of these games were released in 1986 for the NES. And to be honest, it's not too hard to be genre defining when your competition is Mr. Do. But nevertheless, a genre was created. But the term Metroidvania wouldn't come into use until the early 2000s when gaming article writers Scott Sharkey and Jeremy Parrish coined the term. Also, Kotaku doesn't want us using the word Metroidvania for some reason, but that's stupid, and if there's one thing you should know by the end of this video, it's that Kotaku is always wrong and I am always right. Contrary to Kotaku's wishes, the term Metroidvania is widely used within the sphere of gaming, and has been defined by many people. Based on those definitions, I made a small list on what classifies a Metroidvania. This includes an interconnected map, a system where you progress through the game by getting different abilities, enemies that are scattered throughout the map with boss fights along with them, and a map design that encourages exploration. Oh hey look, it's almost exactly the same as Hollow Knight! Oh my god! Hollow Knight is a great game. I know I've said it a million times before on this channel, but it's my favorite game of all time. The reason that it's great isn't because it's innovative, or groundbreaking, or unorthodox. It's great because it did what Metroid and Castlevania did, but better. It arguably perfected the genre, and I think this might be the reason why some people think that a Hollowlike genre might be needed to replace the old one. Sadly, that's not how naming things usually goes. As humans, we tend to name things after the people that did them first, or at least took the credit for it, not for the people who did it the best. If we did, you'd be watching this on Redtreevortex tube right now. But we aren't, are we? Just to be thorough, I'll go over each of the characteristics of a Metroidvania and how Hollow Knight improved on them. First, the interconnected map. Hollow Knight has an interconnected map, but on the map are some of the most interesting and diverse areas in a video game. Not to mention that the map is huge and the fast travel systems are helpful, but not helpful enough to where you stop exploring the game altogether. This also covers the fun to explore point just because of the layout. The one aspect where I feel Hollow Knight doesn't differentiate itself too much is item progression. It has the standard dash, wall climb, double jump, and super dash, but there's no unique ability. The uniqueness comes in the form of how smooth and all-around fun to use each of these mechanics are, and how they can be strung together in such a satisfying way. Now, my favorite part, the boss fights. All Metroidvanias are going to have some assortment of boss battles, and Hollow Knight is no different. Except these are some of the best bosses you will ever fight. I wish I could fight the Menace Lords again for the first time, but even though I can't, I could still be challenged by the Sisters of Battle. The game's Souls inspiration also comes to light here. The bosses are hard to beat, but are so rewarding when you do. I know we got a bit sidetracked here at the end, but sometimes I just can't stop myself from fanboying over this game. It's just so good. I hope you get why Hollowlikes aren't an actual video game. You probably knew that coming in, but I'm glad I could tell you. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you've enjoyed watching another Hollow Knight video for old time's sake. It's been about a year since I've started this channel, and I'm really glad you're here. Peace.